Hi, Doug Masnaghetti with another guitar lesson, this one on Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick, from the album Thick as a Brick, 1973-ish, maybe 72. I remember listening to it on 8-track when it first came out, so it's back there. What I'll do is just play a cover in a second here and then move into the lesson, so you can listen to the cover, decide whether it's something you want to learn, or you can skip straight to the lesson a couple minutes ahead. Okay?
Really don't mind if you sit this one out. Whisper your deafness, say shout. I may make you feel, but I can't make you think. Your sperm's in the gutter, your love's in the sink. So you ride yourselves over the fields, making all your animal and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick. And your sandcastle virtues are all swept away. And the tide of destruction, the moral malay. The elastic retreat brings an end to the play. As the last wave uncovers the newfangled way. Put your new shoes are on at the heels, and your suntan does rapidly. And your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick. Love that I feel so far away. I'm a bad dream that I just had today. Shake your head and say, what a shame. Put your new shoes on at the heels, and your suntan does rapidly heal, and your wise men don't know how it feels as a brick.
Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick cover, and the heart of the song, well, the song is played in open standard tuning with the capo on the 3rd fret, and the heart of the song is the little lick that rolls through the verse, and that's pretty simple. So put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and you hit the 5th string with the down pick, 4th string with the down pick, 3rd string with the up pick. You then put your ring finger on the 4th string of the 4th fret of the 5th string and do it again. Down on the 5th, down on the 4th, up on the 3rd. You then hit what would be an open A without the capo and hammer your index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Get into a G position with your fingers at this point. Get your ring finger onto the 6th string, 3rd fret, and your ring finger and your pinky on the 3rd frets of the 2nd and 1st string. After the hammer-on, you upstroke the last 2 strings, the 5th and the 6th, and then come back down, hit the high ones on a downstroke, and then come back up and hit them again. So it's he does that twice on the intro, and then he slides up to the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and he does the same 3 string picks again, down on the 5th, down on the 4th, up on the 3rd. And he puts his ring finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and does the same 3 again. He then moves his index finger to the 5th fret of the 5th string, same 3 again, slide it down to the 3rd fret, and then back to the riff. And that's probably the hardest part of the verse. So he does that. He runs through that that little opening riff, and then he moves right into the verse, which incorporates that lick throughout. And so he goes from really don't mind. So he goes to a D. Really don't mind if we sit this one out. That's an A minor and a G. Riff. And that's the verse. So he rolls through that however many times you can listen to the song, and then he drops into the chorus where he goes through the as you ride yourselves over the fields. So he starts with the G, and I do a so I So it goes from a G to an A to a D, where he takes his middle finger on and off twice, and he's doing that on downstrokes and upstrokes. Downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, and then he puts his pinky on the next upstroke on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And he pulls it off, and so he's back to a D configuration for the last downstroke. So it's so you ride yourselves over the fields, making all your animal deals, and your wise men don't know how it feels. And there he goes to an A. So he's just pulling off all 3 fingers, putting them back on. You can just pull off actually the ring finger if you want. And he on the very last 2 strokes, he puts the pinky onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string and then takes it off. So it's downstroke they're on, upstroke they're off, downstroke they're on, upstroke they're off. Upstroke the pinky's on, downstroke it's off. And that's the main verse and chorus. At the end of the song, he goes into a little bit of a different progression, where he starts with the D. This is the love that I feel is so far away. And what he's playing there is a D and an A minor, C, E, then to a G, full G, and he goes to a A sharp minor, and he's pulling those, again he toggles these on and off the strings on the down and the upstroke, so they're on the downstroke, off on the upstroke. Goes to a D, and he does the same thing, that same hammer-on between upstrokes and downstrokes with these two fingers on the D. So that would be your your index finger and your middle finger that are covering the third and the first string on the second frets. So, and then he goes to a, this would be a E sharp, and he does the same thing. Then to a G, A, ring finger off, that would be an upstroke, ring finger back on a downstroke. So I'll just go ahead and run through that real slow then again. So it's so you want to start that a little soft when you're in the A sharp minor, and you want to build the volume up and the intensity up during the transitions between those three chords, right? Start. Then to a G, back to an A, ring finger off again, it's that old trick again on the up and down strokes. Then into the lick. And then I like to just run through to exit the song, because the song goes on from there. It goes into an entirely different progression. I just run through the your new shoes are worn at the heels, and your suntan rapidly peels at a slower tempo, and you heard that in the cover, and that's about it. That's part of that song. I just play chords. The love that I feel so far away. Well, you can beef it up a little bit by just doing some hammer-ons during that chord progression. So you can go to something like, so and it's just a matter of playing around with that. You know, I could try to rattle off exactly what I'm doing, but hopefully, if you let me just go through it slowly. So I'm never leaving the fundamental chord positions during those hammer-ons, right? I'm in the D position, I just do a hammer-on. I'm in the A minor position, and I leave all my fingers in place except my ring finger that I'm doing my little hammer-ons between the fourth and the fifth string. And then I end up in a C chord, and I then use my ring finger again to hammer on. I do take this finger off to go to the E minor. So one last time, real slow. Okay, but the open chords sound okay too. I think they sound okay in the cover, but it certainly spices it up a little bit at the end there if you mix a little hammer-on into it.